Both Jewish rabbis and the Jewish people within both Israel and the United States protest Zionism. Many times the people from the Middle East clarified it's not the Jewish people we hate, it is the Zionist.
A declaration from President Thomas Jefferson to the sovereign American people.
If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their money, the banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of their property until their children will wake up homeless. Thomas Jefferson.
U.S. Code Section 2382, Misprision of Treason. Whoever, owing allegiance to the United States and having knowledge of the commission of any treason against them, conceals and does not, as soon as may be, disclose and make known the same to the President or to some judge of the United States, or to the Governor or to some judge or justice of a particular state, is guilty of misprision of treason and shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 7 years, or both.
U.S. Article 6, Clause 2. This United States Constitution, and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby, anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. The senators and representatives before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States.
United States Constitution, Article 1, Section 10.
Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution says, nothing but gold and silver coins shall be tender for payment of debt. So what's that in your wallet right now?
Article 1, Section 10. Gold and silver coin is a command of the supreme law, who committed treason by violating the supreme federal Constitution. And how did they do it?
1913. With the passage of the Federal Reserve Act, a private foreign banking cartel was made the fiscal agent of the United States. Source document, Representative McFadden, Congressional Record, June 1932.
Both Jewish rabbis and the Jewish people within both Israel and the United States protest Zionism. Many times the people from the Middle East clarified it's not the Jewish people we hate, it is the Zionist.
If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their money, the banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of their property until their children will wake up homeless. Thomas Jefferson.
And here is how our government employees continued committing treason against the United States of America.
1913. With the passage of the Federal Reserve Act, a private foreign banking cartel was made the fiscal agent of the United States. Source document, Representative McFadden, Congressional Record, June 1932. 1920s. The U.S. Treasury was raided by the private Federal Reserve Bank, who then caused the Great Depression and bankrupted the United States Corporation Company. Source document, Representative Lewis McFadden. Congressional Record, June 1932. 1933. A state of emergency was claimed, and Congress gave the President unconstitutional emergency powers. Source document, Congressional Record, March 1933. On behalf of the private Federal Reserve, President Roosevelt confiscated the people's gold and forced all to use the Federal Reserve notes from then on. Source document, Congressional Record, March 1933. The Federal Reserve is a private corporation. Therefore, their notes are privately owned currency. The people and the property of the United States was hypothecated and placed unlawfully in a public trust. Source document, Representative Trafficant, Congressional Record, March 1993. Hypothecate means to pledge as security without delivery of possession. 1933. The Internal Revenue Service was chartered in Delaware as a private corporation. It is not a division of the U.S. Treasury. Source document, Internal Revenue Service Corporate Charter, 1933. The United States is a private corporation with unnamed stockholders. A private corporation is its fiscal agent. A private corporation owns and circulates the currency we are forced to use. A private corporation expects us to pay them taxes. The U.S. CEO, the President, has maintained unconstitutional emergency powers for the past 80 years. Source document, Senate Report 93549 and Continuation of the National Emergency 2012-2013.
Legal documents are being put together for the full arrest of both the Congressional House of Representatives and the United States Senate, pursuant to the Supreme Federal Law 18 U.S.C. Sections 2 Principles, and Section 3 Accessories after the fact of treason against the United States of America, pursuant to the Supreme Federal Law 18 U.S.C. Sections 2 Principles, and Section 3 Accessories after the fact of treason against the United States of America.